Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome to another Fortnite video here on the channel. Now, as you can see from the title of this video, our focus today is the Oathbound quests. And we're going to be talking about Oathbound Part 3, which released yesterday on Tuesday 31st of January. And they are available for 2 weeks, so you've got until Valentine's Day to complete them. There are, just like Parts 1 and 2, 4 quests made up of multiple stages. Across the 4 quests this week, there were a grand total of 15 stages to complete. So all in all, a fair amount of XP that you get for these, each stage giving you 20,000 XP, so that is 300,000 XP total. And if you complete all of the Part 3 quests, you get the Amy 1.0 loading screen. So, these quests, first of all, I'm going to give some advice for them before we then discuss the storyline implications of the quests themselves. So, Quest 1, Stage 1 requires you, as always, with all of them, to make contact with someone. So for Quest 1, you're making contact with Rift Warden Stellan. The hologram braziers for this one can be found dotted around the Citadel. Now, the locations are obviously, as always, marked on your map, so if you want to know the exact locations, you can go check them out. They are dotted around there. Then, Stage 2 is to outfit the Citadel with tech equipment, so 2 pieces, and I will go and show you guys where those are. They're sort of dotted in the underneath of the stairs at the front of the Citadel, which I'll go and show you there. Stage 3, find a power plug. The power plug, there's a few locations dotted in the Citadel itself to get, so you will have to go into the Citadel, which does mean you may have to face the Ageless Champion, be warned. And then Stage 4, you've got to take that plug back to where you've just put your tech equipment and plug it in. Fairly simple. Then Quest 2, again, you've got to make contact with Rift Warden Stellan, and then you've got to set up a conduit at Brutal Bastion, 40 splits, and at Shattered Slabs. So, for those, all you got to do is go to your markers. So, Brutal Bastion, 40 splits, and Shattered Slabs, it actually marks exactly where you need to go. So, fairly simple and easy to do. Okay? And now, really quickly, I'm going to show you right here. Once we take care of the threat, need to make sure he doesn't come back. So you guys saw this lovely little room with the chest in that I just opened. This is the room you need to come into for your tech equipment for Quest 1. So there's one on each wall, and you just come in here, you do your tech equipment. Once you found the plug in Stage 3, this is where you come to put it. And as I say, then Quest 2, you just go Brutal Bastions, 40 splits, and Shattered Slabs, and it is marked where they are. Quest 3, make contact again with Rift Warden Stellan. The hologram brazier can be found at the Citadel or at Breakwater Bay. And then after that, you just got to damage metal structures to collect 5 alloy, like metal alloy parts. That's a fairly simple quest, so anything metallic, you start pickaxing it, and it will drop pieces that you have to collect. You just got to collect 5 of those pieces for that stage. Then Stage 3, place that in a forge brazier to heat the metal. Stage 4, you then take it from the brazier to put onto an anvil. And then Stage 5, you hit it 5 times with your pickaxe to refine it. So those braziers and anvils can be found either at Breakwater Bay or at 40 splits. There isn't one at Anvil Square, which kind of makes a little bit of sense that it would have been there, but you can't find it there. So it's that building there at Breakwater Bay at the bottom, that one there, or the other one is over at 40 splits where Scrap Knight jewels can spawn in, which is the building right off to the east, that one there. So you can go to either of those 2 buildings, and that is where you will find your forge brazier alongside the anvil that you then need for refining the alloy after you've created it. Fairly simple and easy to do. And that is how we have fixed the rift gate, ready to open the rift gate in stage 4. And gone. Let's just deal with this guy, and then we'll get on to talking about quest 4. So there is only one quest this week where we work with Amy, and that is the 4th and final quest. And in this quest we are building her body. So first of all, you must make contact with her off in the northeastern sections of the map, where she says that if the scientist facing a fate darker than the worst imaginable, I need a body built for the other side of that rift gate. So she wants us to build her a fully functioning body. And in order to do that, we must scan a player with the Falcon Scout to collect their schematics for Amy's body. So when you scan a player with the Falcon Scout, it will drop a blueprint onto the floor that you then need to go and pick up in person. Then for stage 3, you just need to damage a Guardian Shield, which will drop microchips. All you got to do is collect one of those microchips. Fairly simple and easy to do. The best way to do it, if you're struggling, is find a Guardian Shield yourself, which you can obviously get from Oathbound chests at any like the castled areas. And then once you've got that Guardian Shield, throw it down, and then you can just damage it yourself. So like, pickaxe that shield that you've thrown down, and that might create the microchip for you. And then for the final stage, you've just got to go to Lonely Labs, to the building up the very far north, this very small one, which I will mark for you now. That's that one there. So if you go to that small building there, all you need to do is go in there, and there's like a little holographic table that you interact with to activate Amy's body construction program. After you do this, you get a bit of a monologue off Amy. And in that monologue she says, "This is goodbye, not forever but for now. I don't know what's happening to the scientist, but I will find him, I will save him, and I'll bring him back here. And maybe when I do, he'll look at everything I've done, and he'll finally see me as his superior. Thank you for everything. You changed my life, and I'll miss you." So it's almost like Amy's progressing, shall we say. And it sounds to me a little bit like we're going to have a fully robotic Amy ready for the events at the end of this season, whether that comes in the form of a quest or just a cutscene at the beginning of Season 2. So, the implications of these quests this week. So, what we hear from Stellan is he gave us a confession at the end of the first quest, and that is that he came to the Oathbound at the order of the Shapeless Man. He yearns for a rift gate, and if we fail, he may destroy us. So, we're not even building the rift gate just for the ageless. We're actually building it for the nothing. The nothing wants the rift gate, which is not good. Like, incredibly not good. But for now, we've got the player to try and damage with an Excalibur. Right. Let's take out this guy. And then we can head on into the circle. So, as I say, Stellan isn't just making this for the Oathbound, he's making it for the nothing. So why does the nothing in the last reality want this rift gate? That's yet to be seen, and I'm sure will be mentioned in part 4. Then with the second one, we've had to make a new alloy to power it. from kinetic ore, which obviously that led into the third quest where we actually make that alloy. And then at the end, Stellan says, "You've done it. If the rift gate fails, I fear my nightmares will devour my waking life. The champion has set our coordinates, and soon we will attempt to open the gate." So, all in all, that one, it's kind of ominous. It's like Stellan's being spoken directly to by the Nothing. It's almost like Stellan and the Bites skin from last season have something in common. They're both being talked to directly by this Nothing, this shapeless man. Then, with Quest 4, with Amy having built a body, it sounds like we've prepared her to go through the Rift Gate to go and try and save the scientist. So, what this means is probably that Amy might actually have a body next season. Should be interesting to see. I'm just pulling up the loading screen that we get as well. And on top of that, Amy might end up finding the 7 members that have been taken, but obviously we'll have yet to see that. So what you can see here is Amy 1.0. This is the loading screen that you get for this week, and what you will notice straight away is that this is already a skin that exists. Other than the fact that they've taped like the radio to the head, that is the AIM skin, the A.I.M. from Chapter 1 Season 7. So that is a skin that we are talking about being about 4 years old now. And all of a sudden it's almost made a reappearance in the form of Amy. So whether or not this is showing once again how the stories come full circle, we have yet to see. But what I'm sure this is starting to lead towards is Season 2 is going to be another Last Reality themed season, or maybe a fight against the corrupted 7. But we do have yet to find out more on that. So with that in mind, guys, that's it for Oathbound Part 3. I hope you found my advice informative and useful, and I hope you found my theories enjoyable, and I hope you also found the video fun to watch. With that all in mind, guys, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.